It's Saturday, August 5th, and yep, here we are. We're back. Did we? Let's see. We weren't here last weekend because we were out of town.
We went on vacation on Wednesday.
That's right. That's right. We were out of town. So, been about a week and a half, and we're kind of thinking we're going to get started on doing wingtips. We need to get our wingtips prepped. Get a few things in the meantime. I picked up some more tools. It's always a good thing. I needed another set of open-end wrenches for various and sundry things. Got a charger for the backup battery, for the avionics backup battery. The one I had was only a 12 volt charger, so it was only charging it to 12 volts, I guess. So this is a, I looked on the spec for the book, or for the battery. Yeah, this is a 15 volt 4 amp power supply. So I'll put a DB15 on the end of that, and we'll put a charge on the backup battery to make sure that that's still good. And got some zip ties. So I've been trying to figure out what to do with a few pieces that we're going to be zip tying up in the engine, and I was looking for some high temp zip ties, and I did find these Tefzel. These are good to 300 and something degrees, so I think those will be fine. I did find some higher temp zip ties, but they were stupid expensive. I think on the order of were like $2.50 a piece or something like that, and you had to order a minimum of 100. So those were super spendy for just a few zip ties that we're going to need for high temp applications, but I think these will be fine. So we'll check it out, see how those work. What else? Anything?
Got these cool new tools.
No, I got a few new tools. I didn't have a D-sub pin depinning tool. I used to have one, and I thought I'm never going to need this thing again, and I tossed it years ago, so I had to buy another one, and a Deutsch connector tool for that. I think that's about it. So yeah, we'll get going on this stuff and see what we get done today. Okay, we're working away on this wingtip, and one thing I should say is some of the steps that you have to go through to put this on is you take this rib, the wingtip rib, and you get it in position on the wing. You saw that we did that already and had that clamped on, and we double checked all the position, clamped everything on. The next step, they say, is to transfer drill through the existing holes in the end rib to drill through this rib for the wingtip, which we can't do. We don't have a drill that fits up in there. So what we did was we marked them with a silver Sharpie. So we marked all those holes, and we'll drill these out, and then The other one we're not clear on is this front. That's where Rand's put the holes for the wingtip nut plates. And on this wingtip rib, they've put a reinforcement actually in a different spot. So I don't know if there's been a revised rib for the Rands end rib for the wing, but you can see that square there is reinforced, and that's what they did on each one of these spots. Is they did a reinforcing layer, I don't know, an extra layer of carbon fiber on there. So I'm assuming that's where they're saying to put those holes. They don't line up with that hole there, so I think we're going to go ahead and drill through. We'll look at some pictures and see where they kind of have those before we do those. But we'll get started on these ones here. Like I said, got them marked, and so we'll put number 19 is what that is, the size on those. Okay, I was looking at the latest manual for the wing and for the wingtips, and Rands did move these, at least as it appears in the book, they did move these holes, these nut plate holes, back to here, and that corresponds on the carbon fiber wingtip rib where they did that doubling, that reinforcement in that. So we're gonna we already drilled holes in the wingtip rib, so we'll cleco it up here and we'll just transfer drill those for nut plate. Got this wingtip marked for drilling number 40 holes in, and what will happen is this wingtip we'll tape it onto the wing there, onto the end rib, and then we'll drill through here. So we'll drill a hole here, and then it will transfer drill through that rib, and then we'll cleco that as we go along from the front to the back. And what that's going to do is that will be for when we glue. You have to glue the wingtip onto the rib, and that's how you hold that on when you glue it, is you use the clecos in there to hold that in and to glue it. So we did find when we fit this up that the aileron, there's a slight interference at the aileron on this, right here on this top trailing edge of this wingtip, and got to looking at it, and you can see this is where you can see the line, I think, where their mold is or something, but there's an indent right there, and that should be trimmed off. So what I'll do is we'll just have to get that off of there. There's just a little section, about that much of it, that needs to be sanded or whatever back to that line, and then that'll clear just fine. The other thing they do on these wingtips is the book says they leave them a little bit long, so that it fits the aileron, and this turns out it's about, our aileron sits about right there, back trailing edge of the aileron is about right there. So I think we're just going to leave this the way it is, and so we don't have to mess with the back end of this here. Another nice day today. It's like in the low 80s. And just a little bit of cloud. It is perfect for having the doors open and building an airplane. Well, we are done for today, and got an event we need to get to, so we're cutting it a little bit short. But yeah, so got a good start on the wingtips. I'm happy with them so far. The end rib, or the wingtip rib, is it fit up really nice. I did talk about these two places for the nut plates are different on our end rib here than where they have the reinforcement on that, and it determined that that's, I think Rands has moved that back actually. So that's what we did there. Got our holes marked up for the number 40 clecos that we're going to use to hold this all together when it gets glued. So yep, that's about what we got done. A lot of looking, fitting things up today, so not a whole lot of action going on, but yeah, we're glad to be back at it, and kind of nice to see a wing off of the sling for once. It's been a while since we've had the wings out, but yeah. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Have a good evening, and that's it for now.